Hello, I am back from my little barbecue. This is AgostoAllElite Podcast from this Sunday morning. I'm back. I had a little brief run. I had a barbecue last Saturday. That's why I wasn't here for the podcast this week. Okay, we're back now. Let's start with Dynamite. Let's do that. Okay. All right, let's talk about Dynamite. Sheeta basically said her name in history books a week ago at her AEW second women's championship. So she joined the women. She defeated Tony Storm and only wrestled to accomplish that feat. Sheeta wrestled little time. She established herself as a fighting champion Wednesday in Dynamite. She defended against Anna Jay. The match was one of a handful packed show that features the latest AEW World Champion JF and Cole as a mandatory meeting and Jericho Society. Attention continued to mount within the group. What went down in an explosive episode of All Elite Wrestling for that show as the company continues to push for All In at Wembley Stadium in London on August 27. Find out the recap of the latest episode of Dynamite. The match cards. Let's talk about the match cards. We got Hardys versus the Young Bucks. We got the main event Women's Championship, Hikaru Shida versus Anna Jay. The FTW Championship, Rana Van Dam versus Jack Perry. Lucha Bros versus John Moxley, Kyle Casanoli. MGF and Cole promo, mandatory Jericho Peace Society meeting. The JSS meeting. Wednesday kicked off the show with Jericho Peace Society mandatory meeting. The important for Jericho Garcia, Hager, Menlo, and Jay Coolhan, Joe Park, Menard, and Walk On. It's probably the end of the longest running factions. It was short, specific promo segment that now overstays welcome, provide unserved members faction with the opportunity to express themselves on the microphone. Barker and Menard shined the brightest here with some genuine initial stop. They accomplished missionary creative decisions since the start of Jericho Don Callis angle to the point. Guevara was the starter and finally setting it to the man a Debla link since day one AEW Dynamite position of power, teasing the might if Jericho needs them. This is solid stuff. It's a good individual work. Even the oral stall feel rush. After the break, Jericho told Callis he has an answer for him joining his group, and he will announce it next week. So here's the takeaways. There was a quote like, "We please stop talking, man. Listen to us." Garcia called mentor, leader, for explaining he chose Jericho every time. Why do you not understand? Why the Joe never chose him? So Garcia walked on Jericho. Hager followed suit, and for saying he liked the hat. Mendez J walked out scoffing at the veteran responsible for their career growth. It was scoffing. Mendez told the story Jericho bring into home, gave him his job, but then could see why guys who wrestle Eddie Kingston and Kevin Steen hates him. And Guevara concludes the exodus, claiming he might be there for Jericho if he figures himself out. The Hardys versus the Bucks. Now we go to them. Two of the fine tag teams in the era battle the night get the Bucks square off the Hardys. Matt and Nick Jack controlled the pace, but Matt and Hardy fought their way back into the bout. There was explosive comeback. Looked like they may pull out an upset. However, the Bucks fighting off onslaught scored the win with a BTE trigger to Matt Hardy. It was a post-match confrontation of the World Tag Team Champions of TR and acceptance of the challenge of a big edge all in. The biggest takeaway. The match back was the most anticipated, and AEW strengthens the August 27 card, give the fans the latest chapter of rivalry they've been red hot for previously. On top of that, it was going to be a match of the year candidate. So the Young Bucks defeated the Hardys. Scalper described the Hardys work smart, not hurt. Most as nicest black career saying there aren't guys to remember. Jeff Hardy may lack explosion once had, but his ability to pop the crowd with a hot tag made believe at the Swanton Bomb were very impressive. The Bucks put over the Hardys, showing respect that pinning Matt following BT trigger. Next, we go to the FTW Championship match. Rob Van Dam versus Jack Perry. Back in the arena, Jack Perry defended the FTW Championship against RBD. Despite not regularly campaigning at this point in his career, the 50-year-old looked here in match with perfect time. Construct did not expose any weakness. Van Dam still possessed impressive athleticism, but this was Perry's show. He was a young performer embracing the role of a heel. It took 26-year-olds to great here. The crowd exactly what he wanted. It was all the performers. We looked back at the fighting moment. Perry defeated Ryan Van Dam to retain. Takeaways: Perry entered the arena, spun paratites, historical to war and adrenaline during his days in AEW and spirits of matches with Van Dam. The heel heat's off the charts for the youngster, proving that his persona connected to fans very quick. Okay, Aaron Cole and MJF the challenge for our ROH tag titles. After Pillman canceled dodge balls early in the night, AEW World Championship Aaron Cole hit the ring for a promo. Cole shut down MJF's silliness, pitched an idea for Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championship as Austin opens part of an all-in 0-hour pre-show. MJF accepted the challenge as people, scumbag, and anybody cheap pop. Roger Strong, fed up with his fight for his fight 10 sided with the Kingdom. Cole reaction created tension with MJF, but the two hugged it out to close out the segment. It's going to be difficult to turn MJF total heel, no matter how much he tried. A radical split between him and Cole. A similar course, this is the direction the story heading. It goes to provide the opposite, which is Cole sucking his part to a grueling match on 0 Hour, which are headed of a title match, but it seemed like the devil perpetrates the betrayal. The crowd and the Webley will explode your way. The giant heartbreak right out of the story, unexpected storyline. Top moments, takeaways. The look on MJF's face when Cole shut them out frustration, explaining that Wrong is his friend too. Virtuoso stuff. Facial expressions, body language will always sell when physicality can. MJF's glee of brands, someone whose first real friend is fantastic. Cole fashion, ring grin response to new Max edition. Ready to prove a double-sided if you want to match returns. Next, we got the Lucha Bros versus Blackpool Combat Club. The Blackpool Combat Club to their revenge tour followed the loss to the Elite by Guts, followed up the dominant victory in the parking lot brawl for best friends. John Moxley, Castanoli win over Lucha Bros. Panthers and a very fake. A good physical match. We saw the heel usually punch the strikes to counter speed and agility of their opponents. Then when they need to resort to the basket, Panthers steal the win. Moxley and Castanoli are more intense and physical than ever, which kind of statement. Considering the previous break, it will be intense to see what the story is going ahead of All In. Who will step up to the web match and waits on the Wembley card? BCC defeated Lucha Bros. The takeaways from this: Lucha Bros fought fire with attacking Castanoli Moxley from behind to start the match. The heels unmasked Penta, make it easy for Moxley to relax and to score the win in the roll-up. Phoenix delivered a moonsault punch to the floor, immediately grasping his knee. Yeah, apparently he fucked his knee up. Phoenix fucked his knee up. And now we go to Darby Allin Sting's revenge on Mogul Embassy. We can go with Kara's Fault, where strictly AR Fox and Buddy Wade wrestler category where they attacked Rick Wayne and left him bloody. Wednesday, Darby Allin sought to avenge his ATO protege, so he did with help from his friend. Sting blasted Strickland and wrestled Mogul Embassy, all while Fox watches his belief. So he understands he may have chosen the wrong side of the battle. This was a follow-up we saw last week. A lot of progress. The feed that will likely to Friday on a Rampage with Allin battles Old Embassy Resident Machine Brian Cage. So yeah. Sting appears out of nowhere. Bastard guys are baseball bat on Ted Turner. Cable network will never get old. Never. The look of Fox face we watch Sting wreak havoc may as well be a gift already. Yeah, we got a tag team coffin match at All In. So yeah, we got the AEW Women's World Champion, the main event. Sheeta cashed her ticket All In, and then we got 4-way match for AEW Women's World Champ out of the way of winning over Anna Jay in the main event. The match was all enough, but commercial break right in the heart specifically. Both women worked hard. The commentary did a strong job putting over the champ particularly, but the finish was awkward. Left even Gallagher searching for explanation as to why Angela Parker and Menard were attempting to do during signing the pin. She and I head to London where she'll defend against her son. 2 other women signed upcoming qualifiers. These matches include Saraya for Sky Blue on Rampage, Britt Baker versus Petty Ford on next week's Dynamite. Wait, is Britt Baker versus... No, it's Britt Baker versus the Bunny, actually, for next week's Dynamite. So she defeated Jay Retain. Jay. Takeaways from this: 2 weeks in a row, 2 women's matches. It's a welcome change. It would have been nice to have it happen organically around in response to online criticism. AEW uses of this talented AEW women's division, but who cares? Who knows? Jay, Daddy Magic, Cool Hand, and may not be a part of Jargo Piece Society anymore, but their loyalty to each other, nice touch. So here's my thoughts on this. This was a nice, solid show with some quality promo segments. Nothing more impressive is one featuring Adam Cole and JF. The storyline has been head and shoulders above everything else AEW has produced on late. This week was so different, but the feud team, Darby Allin, Mongol Embassy, won the challenge. The story can sustain edge and emotion as to one point. The in-ring ranching was weaker than most episodes, but Lucha Bros back when Comic Con stood out as a banger it was. However, now I got a clear idea what the inner all-in card might look like. For that reason, above, this is a good show for Dynamite. Now let's go to Rampage spoilers as usual. We always do Rampage spoilers. The new change, welcome a new change. Welcome a new change. We gotta welcome a new change. And let's go to the spoilers. Yeah, because we already know I don't review Rampage no more. Alright, Darby Allin defeated ROH for 6-man tag, Brian Cage. This is spoilers. The Mobile Embassy attacked Allin after the match, so Sting made the save. That has to be interesting. The AEW International Champion Cassidy retained over Giant TV. The BCC came out in the match on a stare down. We got Sarah defeated Sky Blue, advanced to Fatal 4-Way with the Women's World Championship. Shida. Saraya advances. So, yeah. Hikaru Shida defended against Tori Storm. Saraya and the winner on next week's Britt Baker versus the Buddy match outcome. A Dynamite match on Dynamite next week. After the match, the Outcast attacked Blue until Madison Reigns made the save. This is interesting. This is quite interesting. So, watch Rampage, because this is Madison Reigns' return. So, it's going to be quite good, So, yeah. Okay. I usually wait for wrestling news after we do Collision, but I want to do something new. One time, I want to do it one time. It's about Roger Strong's details, keeping his AEW signing a secret. So he was on appearance on AEW Restriction this week. This is important. Strong discussed the process of signing AEW and leaving WWE. In April, Strong made his AEW debut, saying his friend Aaron Cole. Strong offered off TV television October 22. So he talked about August last year. He got injured, was out some time. I was getting closer to the end of the year. My contract I aspired for WWE. In those situations, I was rehabbing with a pretty decent place. This is what I just said from Roger Strong saying. Not sure what's going to go on with me at the time. I had someone represent me. I just reached out and talked to both companies. It was weird things that felt like inevitable. Walked through a certain part of the process, when I really want to be my buddies with my wife. I've been writing so much, and I love a Ring of Honor. Collective, everyone wants to be better, but I've been there and can make this better. It's hard about the value for the most part, living in kind environments. But like college. It's Rick, but you're doing things, you'll become successful. The company that's may come better. So, as he said, Strong continue find decisions to have the opportunity to know when I get there. Adam, I have been much 2 days after son's birth. Time perfect, emotional, digestional 2 years after. Sometimes I'm on during the draw out and being able to be a musician was the best. Try to keep it a secret. Hurt. It was very difficult. I feel bad. I missed some people. I didn't realize some things. But realize, especially nowadays, there are no secrets anymore in wrestling. They'll even have one huge son member forever. How did Kill Cage Gage song mean so much to me? Perfect. It was difficult to keep the secret. It's for my family. I wasn't being honest with and eager. I want to say this and I got to say this something I never got. So nervous. I felt this right. I was nervous in a long time. Perfect too. Yeah. So, yeah, that was pretty much, that was Roger Strong why his debut in AEW was a secret. Yeah, this was something I had never done before. So, that's what I want to do. So, alright, next we'll go straight to ROH. Then we go to, ROH, then Collision, then Wrestling News for real. So, yeah. Let's go straight to ROH now. Alright, let's get to ROH results. Okay. We have ROH this week. We have Iron Savages versus Brody Pierce and Lucky Ali. The Infantry versus Zicky Dyson will be Mike. Anyway. Haas versus Bob, Killjoy, Slim J versus Dalton Castle, Andrew Everett versus Lee Moriarty, Pat Buck versus Tony Nese, Athena versus Rachel Ellering, Gates of Agony versus Workhorse, Leah Hirsch versus Jellica Risk, Red Titus versus Cole Carter, Billy Starks versus Robin Renegade, the ROH World Title Eliminator Finals, Shane Taylor versus Gravity. Let's go to it. First match, Slim J versus Dalton Castle, and it's from the Bonds Cares area in Greenville, South Carolina. Riccaboni, Coleman on the call as usual. Let's go. Okay, Castle would always have sidewalk, return, made 2, Slim J with a back elbow, twisting, tires, drop, kick to the Slim J, Capital misses up. Charge, but Jim J hit the wristling cross kick. Moves up by Slim J. Like, bowing, but J. Hold up. Ron heading for the nail and Slim J top up to spotted by Castle to exploded, bang ran once over. Down the Castle. Barely moving. Jay got some offense and problems. Aaron Sanders is like alley and Brady Pierce. Ross is silently back in the corner, fear alley. Ross spot, big Ross. Strikes the corner. Bar again. Boulder tags and Brady Pierce. Press to Pierce, but land on the feet and chips the knee. Double side by side by Boulder. Both got Bronson. Down the floor, the electric chair. Splash over and one's over. Iron Savages. Alright, the infantry next versus Ziggy Dyson, movie Mick. Up and over by Dean, but pair arm drags and a drop kick to the face by Mike Bravo, and now with the uppercut. Dyson now with a tear to the Bravo. Dean's now clotheslines. Everyone left and right the team. Big clothesline right top around the world. Lead team Mike, and they're calling for the boot camp, which is a rush leg sweep big boot combo for the win. The infantry wins. We go to Andrew Everett versus Lee Moriarty. Everett, a guy that we had back in RH. Red Dragon back in 2015. Look it up. Late flop by Moriarty. Solom stops the knee. Everett goes up over the corner. Basement hits Gary. Everett goes to the top, but Moriarty smartly rolls away. Draw kick by Everett. With an arm twister, shoulder stop, hammerlock, rolls by Moriarty. Suplex into a knee crank by Moriarty. Going back to the shoulder. Stomps. Fights back. Here for 2. Everett shooting star press later by Moriarty. Spinning cross effects, Barrow City stretch, and this one's over. Lee Moriarty wins. This was pretty good for us, but Everett has a lot more in the tank. They want to use him. Tony Nese versus Pat Buck. Push up center ring before we get started. Leg sweep, monkey flip, side headlock takeover by Buck. Macho Man over top neck breaker by Nese. Got 1 count. East loops from moonsault, misses at Buck Byers back with palm strikes, face buster by Buck to sky high. 2 count. Knees goes to Buck back at 2 with a flip, a corner roll. Buck looks for a monkey flip, but Knees sets him up top roll. Albeit awkward with Sterling and just drags Buck's knees, hits him sitting back. Kick to the face. Alright, running knee to strike the corner. This one's owner. Tony Nese wins. A little more than squash share. Nese is on RHU every single week. If you're not going to give him something else, do want to give him that spot to someone else. ROH Women's Proving Ground match. Athena versus Rachel Ellering. And dragged by Ellering, but cartwheels outside time by Ellering is a 2 count. Running close on the quarter, but Ellering, but Athena drops the first middle rope. Ellering plays chops, forms. Ellering takes the ropes, and Athena follows the rules. Little bit by Athena, sending Ellering outside, falls on base on slide. Ellering heads on the table, guardrail. Right by but I don't like drop. Yeah, I'm gonna try. That's showing. That was so fun. I don't know what to do. This is why. This is going to risk. You look at me. And then, fuck you. This is the issue. This is the problem. Damn, they need to they should have handled this. I know Jesus, you're hurt and you're frustrated. That's what life is. Suck it up. Mason, bro. Oh, damn. But yo, bro, he can't do it. He had to put change in the push extreme. And I version. And it worked. That. Athena wins. Okay. Really nice little proving ground match here. Athena Ellering is a veteran. I see her again. Athena's 35-0 record in ROH and Attack. The Workhorseman versus Gates of Agony. Henry Khan start. Big slam by Khan. Henry goes over with pedigree. Twisting neck of Khan. Tora and Drake are tagging. It's lost by Drake. Hits a big chop. Tora eats it. Drake starts the foot. Delivers some chops at Henry. Makes a blind tag. Shogun drop kick by Henry. But Tora's on the face. Cuts Henry in half with a body block. Gets Aggie. Pulls Worstman. Hookman outside. Hit a big slam. Henry. Campbell in the corner. Guardrail to Henry. Back in the ring. Double team in the corner. Backbird by Khan for the 10-2. Now some hard chops at Henry in the corner. Body slam by Toa. Tags. Connects with body slam. And a Seton and Sam by Toa. 9 kick by Henry. That was a hot tag. Drake cleans house. And but the right chop in the corner. Have like neck breakers each. And Drake and Seton and Toa. Boss on slide. I'm not playing that. Big boot by Henry. I'm calling outside. PK Toa and no side. What? Library. Walks back by Henry. Khan. Why both for Greg? That's not just a Khan. We went on against the ropes. Hackett says that once the gates ain't open, the gates on Drake for the win. Gates are back. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Fuck this thing. And he has so much problem. Knockaway spotter here. This is a good match. I'm glad to see this Workhorseman getting the TV time to deserve. Good win for the Gates of Agony. Can the Workhorseman win a match? Leela Hirsch versus Angelica Risk. Hirsch taking advantage early. Taking risk control, connect with free throws. Risk counters a vertical suplex for a low up and a 2 count. Big clothesline guy Risk, but Hirsch steps across bar. Body block. Got rich by Hirsch and a straight arm bar to finish it. Leah Hirsch wins. We go to Rush Titus versus Cole Carter. We're the pair of fireman carries a rocket flip by Titus. Titus missed Jock at Carter, spawns one of his own. Carter's waiting back as Maria has right stage a scout. Jock under by Titus and trio elbows the lower back by Titus. Close on out of the corner. Titus hit the big drop kick, only get 2. Titus now works up with the arm and elbows the elbow, but Carter catches him rising out of nowhere. Version of the Stormbreaker finishes 1. So, yeah. Winner Cole Carter. Poor Red Titus carried the match, but Carter got a chance to look good in the end, which is basically the way it had to go. Right Renegade with Sharon Renegade with Billy Starks. Snapmare by Renegade Starks as Starks steps like a charge, connects to the German suplex. Vertical suplex Starks goes up top, but Robin tries to rip her line, charm the dump from the top rope. Double knees in the corner by Robin, shotgun drop kick. Broski boot in the corner by Renegade. Snapmare by Renegade now, choke over the middle rope, face buster, swords by Renegade, double fish hook. Renegade keeps a drop kick, but slap Starks. Starks he's busting the knee and a spinning hook kick by Starks. Another garnish by Starks is on 2 count. Starks gonna roll top, rolls through the Cons have chicken wings. Facebuster. Richmond carry by Renegade. Starks gets free and dumps. Side. Solidarity died by Starks. Take out both Renegades. Starks goes to top. A swan-time bomb. Finishes one. So my rating for the match is Starks is way too good for her age. She's a way better than a lot of women on the roster. Nice win for her tonight. The Renegade jump Starks at the end of music hits. The end of both Renegades tease the curse down to Starks, but died against it. The RH World TV Champion eliminated tournament finals. Shane Taylor versus Gravity. Gravity speed early, but Taylor just the same phase. Taylor catches Gravity, drills him with a Luria. Big body slam by Taylor. Gravity catches Taylor, pair of boots and a hurricane. Taylor cuts up underneath her stomach and a pair of forearms. Taylor looks up for the scoop back, but Gravity rolls on for two. Another quick gets two. Gravity charges Taylor in the quarter. But Joe and Nagi playing super hard on the mat. Taylor hit on the mat, middle rope, but Gravity meets him there. Taylor hits Gravity off the back. Gravity fights back. Anderson moon drop by Gravity. Gravity goes up top, and that comes on top. Sound splash, but Taylor gets the knee up. Power drive by Taylor Fisher's one. Shane Taylor wins. This was my thoughts on less competitive I expected, but Shane Taylor's the man's offense great. Joe versus Taylor was brutal in the best way. My final thoughts on the show. Unfortunately, a competitive match this week, but the show flew by quite a while before next ROH pay-per-view. I worry we'll be seeing more shows like this. I'm going to see Claudio. He's the ROH World Champion. So what happened to him anyway? So, yeah. Yeah, pretty much. In retrospect, yeah, that was ROH. So, yeah, that was ROH. I'll see you, so, yeah. So, let's go to Collision right about now. Alright, now we're at Collision. So, let's get to it. Collision. Okay. Welcome to our recap of Collision. And after that, we'll be doing wrestling news. Okay, let's get to it. So, this week's show is going to be about tag team wrestling. We saw the Acclaim in action. We got a women's tag battle. And Nightingale taking on Diamond and Mercedes Martinez. Then we had the biggest match of the card. Was a trio championship match between Dallas Black and CMFTR. We also heard from Ricky Starks regarding the attack on Ricky Steamboat. It's got a few words from Hollis Hobbs that could look at happen on Saturday's show. The Acclaim versus Iron Savages. The show opened with Siobhan telling Ricky Starks he has suspended 30 days for attacking Ricky Steamboat. Starks said that action has consequences, turning into a promo with Starks where he got a manager's license and he will see on the show every week. The first match saw the Acclaim take on the Iron Savages in a tag team match, and the crowd began to chant Daddy Ass as the Bones lock up with Bronson Builder. The Iron Savages gained a non-televised entrance to like a squash match, but it would have been surprised if Tony Buckton looked strong and reestablished in the tag division. But this ended up being a highly competitive bout. Both teams had their own moments to shine, while this definitely designed to make Bowman's match after strong. Bayer and Bronson had a great showing. The Acclaim got a win with a double fame assassin as a homage to Billy Gunn. The Acclaim. Let's go to the notable moments. Stars comparing what he did to Steamboat to a parents banging their kids with a good heel line. So not having that ass for the Acclaim was just felt wrong. Bear's reaction to Caster's Lizzo joke was hilarious. Bear walking around holding Caster bones for a impressive display of power. Caster lifted Bear out for a slam was a great moment for him. The announcers did a good job playing up for big feat of strength. We go to Nightingale Statler versus Diamond and Martinez. Statler and Nightingale take on Martinez and Diamond after two pairs had issues following the TBS top bout between Lauren and Martinez. Diamond started off with her teams with an exchange of takedown slams. The TBS champ showed their power while she caught Diamond and carried her to Willow. She could tag and hit a double T move. As a return from break, Statler got hot tag to give Will some relief. Time in the ring, the champion to both opponents and the champion crowd cheer her. Tia's Diamond ended up getting a win with a bit of cheering. Diamond used legs, Tia's leverage or in a pin. This decent match, something we're missing. Bye. And then there's a chemistry issue. I was keep this from being a bull. Martinez Diamond. This was a talk with both of them. They had brute behavior. And it's got the man. Heart. He had those heart alert. Yeah, it's just he has this issue. All right, his observations. I'm starting to talk to myself, so anyway. It's been great to see that man getting more time. RHAW lately. I see such a great talent. Can't show much in your roster. Martinez lifting Willow for finals carry, so impressive. While it was a cool spot, Martinez power bound our partner and our opponents at ringside almost ended in disaster. Diamond got lucky or adjusted at the last second to blend better. We got the Samoa Joe versus Andrew Everett. Then Luchasaurus for Brock Anderson TNT Championship. Samoa Joe took on Little John this week when he battled Andrew Everett, who built 7'4" and definitely exaggerated about his height. In all seriousness, Samoa Joe defeated Dindy Darling in just under 2 minutes, and actually I only could describe as a squash. Joe grabbed the mic and called out CM Punk for a fight all in after some video packages. Joe wins. Then we got Christian Cage, which sort of came off our promo, but they were interrupted by Arn and Brock. Then Brock ended up a TNT title match after Arn talked Christian into it, so Lucha started being young men down to the bell rang. When the match began, we see over 60 minutes, ended up being long enough to have a commercial break in the middle, but it was competitive. This was all Luchasaur other than a short bust of offense with a challenger. This is a good way to Luchasaur look good, but the promo from Christian might have been a better highlight overall. The reality show was attack the champ, fun way to pop the crowd, yeah, but no one's going to be talking about this match tomorrow. Here's my observations. Everett's counter to walkaway spot Joe was fantastic. Christian is awesome when he does, but Batman Michael Jordan's going too far. This man must be stopped. Getting hit with a skateboard hurts, and it will be upset if I have to fight Alan to take a shot that back with trucks on it, one of these things. So we go to the main event. House of Black versus CM FTR Trios titles. The main event was a trio championship with CM Punk, Hardwood, a cash wheel challenging Malachi Black, King Buffy Matthews. As usual, Jilly Hart was at ringside. Punk and Matthews sat in the ring with a nice lockout. They knew had a lot of time almost the entire half the show. Kept it clean, abided by all the rules for 7 minutes. What we saw was for fundamental wrestling, tag team tactics. The crowd can't lie when Black caught a Punk Black guy into the ring, started trading kicks. Punk ducked Punk Black's spinning kick, sat down, making Black's more mind game to a brawl with 6 men win to a first partial break. With 2 trios like that, anything should a good match seemed possible. Everyone played their strengths and worked together, but on a physical main event, Samoa Joe showed up and brought Punk into the crowd, chuck him out as a king, hit a shoot lariat on Hardwood to get the pin, paying the towels for House of Black. It's a good way to set Punk versus Joe to give the House of Black the win. Here's some observations. Jim Ross brought out to commentate for this match. Every member of the House of Black feels unique, feel like part of a big whole. They're a wholesome stable. AEW should keep them together for a long time. Trading House of Brother King is dangerous in 2 ways. It hurts hit by him, but it also hurts them because you're chopping a walking fridge. At some point, we need a good singles one with Matthews. There's too much talent for AEW not to capitalize on it. Here's my thoughts on Collision. Collision all feels like a completely different pace than Dynamite, even though the air shows from different same company air for the same time. It's kind of impressive. Collision's unique feel. This show did a lot of table setting for future matches. Got a couple of fun encounters on the way. The main event was the opposite highlight. The Acclaim versus Bear Country and women's tag match, but worth checking out too. Stars had already come into his own past moments for being put into a problem. Someone like Punk's level him to a sick and swift situation. Thankfully, he hasn't been nagging. He's worked like a pro. Even though a couple of matches were not this special, but it didn't feel like there was only waste time. Every segment served a greater purpose, which is a good thing, close back-to-back pay-per-views. So, yeah, that was Collision. So, yeah, that was pretty much Collision in a nutshell. So, let's get to the wrestling news. All right, let's get to the wrestling news. All right, then. Okay. All right, let's start with why WWF main trainers announced team. PW Insider Lee reports Endeavor broadcasting partners at WWE push for WWE to have Cole be a primary leading announcer for a product. He's the company's most experienced announcer. The report noted that the WWE has confidence in Cole and Graves, Grave. They feel they can help Patrick, who the company's so high on. Regarding Patrick, the move is 9 days in motion. Patrick has said they view it as an opportunity for him to gain some experience, find a voice, and vie the company out their lead announcers. The report knew they kept Cole Barnett together Raw due to their on-screen chemistry. Update. Yeah, basically, WWE may change the announcing to help Patrick, so yeah. Update on Brian Pillman's Jr. status with WWE. Another status that... Wait a minute. Belle, come here. I'm just talking to my dog for a minute. We'll get back to it. Get over here. Not now. You wait till 12, Belle. You wait till 12. I didn't say go in the cage. I said you wait till it's 12 o'clock so you can go outside, okay? I'm sorry to talk to my dog, Belle, my dog. It's a little commander thing. So, alright, let's go to the other news. Sorry, interruptions. That's my dog. Update on Brian Pillman's Jr. status with WWE. Another sign Brian Pillman Jr. is WWE bound has come out thanks to a new report. Last month, Brian Pillman Jr. was at the WWE Performance Center after the AEW contract expired. Meltzer previously reported about Pillman is on WWE's radar. His company right now is likely because of ongoing integration in WWE by the Endeavor Group to compete this year. PW Insider reported the former AEW reported part of an Rivals promotion slated to be at NXT's television event. Bees have signed with WWE. So yeah, Pillman is going to make an appearance on NXT TV. So what's going to be the segment? So I can't wait. AJ Mendez women contract winding down. AJ Mendez, following known as AJ Lee, who was named executive producer of WoW. He also contacted out on time. David McLean, Steph Dickey, Los Angeles Lakers president. D. Bus funds the promotion. Former WWE star, Instagram star. Our heroes winding down. Thank our ladies for welcoming to the locker room. Hard work. Alright. I'm back. You should. The fans keep watching next week. So right, alright. The goal is reportedly Annapolis had advertised Raw being brought in as a producer for WWE. The goal is reportedly so the former TNA AEW World Champion tonight's Raw. He also reported last month that WWE has interest in Nick Aldis' company as a producer following Inspiration's contract with Impact Wrestling. Inspiration knows the deal may come to fruition. Tonight's episode Raw. I'll put this Castillo believed to be being brought in as a professional producer. Double tapings. Former Impact Wrestling and World Champion Nick Olsen had tonight WWE from PW Insider confirmed this week. He was brought in for a producer role. He'll be a number of obtaining upcoming TV tapings. Although suspended initial run Impact, then known as TNA Magnus, National Wrestling Alliance, always made his week return Impact at Red Bell in April. So yeah, Nick Aldis is a producer. I don't think he's gonna be wrestling WWE. He's gonna be a producer. I don't think it's gonna last this long. Aldis is an interest in wrestling. I don't think WWE is gonna let him wrestle in their company. Have him like a producer or a trainer, and that's it. And I think it's going to be the same for Gordon Grace or potentially John Gresham. those are the potential. They'll be probably not wrestling in WWE, become like producers, because WWE wants young athletes, like sports athletes, football players, UFC writers these days. So although they want indie stars, like imagine if someone takes Shawn Michaels out of his NXT position and someone wants sport football players. Imagine that. That's, my book would be a terrible thing. I want Shawn Stady to run NXT, because I want Shawn Michaels in the end and respect to run NXT the best he could. I'll be very hurt if I'll be very hurt in my book that says someone tried to pull Shawn Michaels out, and yeah, basically, Nick Jackson said he tried to buy PWG in the past. The Young Bucks match at Nick Jackson was G over a decade prior to the launch of AEW. The Young Bucks recently signed All Elite Wrestling, we kept them on a contract for multiple years. While speaking to Swerve Strickland in Moses City, the Bucks were after wrestling led to Nick revealing he tried to buy PWG in the past. Once I'm done the ring, I'll never announce that I'd be retired. He talks about retirement. He wants to go to Hawaii and stuff. Lowball tried to buy PWG. We got lowball like Super Dragon. But Super Dragon, he wasn't that mad. Super Dragon being Super Dragon. So, yeah. But now let's go to the other news. There are people in WWE who want NXT to beat AEW in certain draft fact. Like, WWE CEO Nick Khan has been credited with coming up with AEW's main stars NXT to help boost NXT TV ratings for the more experienced stars to work with younger wrestlers. NXT ratings have increased recently with appearances by world heavyweight champ Seth Rollins and Judgment Day. Meltzer noted on several radio that he keeps hearing from those in WWE that they wanted to beat NXT to beat AEW Dynamite in 18 for draft graphic rating. So yeah, good luck for NXT, but I doubt NXT would be AEW in that graphic. I'm just saying. So yeah, pretty much. All right, let's go to the one more news. Tony Khan this week that next week that's 3-night AEW Fight Fest special will benefit wildfire victims thanks TV partners. So the 2023 Fight for the Fall show will be a 3-night event next week that takes place next week in Nashville, Tennessee, and Louisville. The Kentucky process from both shows will be donated to the food bank to benefit victims of wildfires in Hawaii. Wait, one more time. Sorry, I'm sorry for a minute. Bell. No. Not now. It's not even 12. It's not even 12 p.m. No. I'm sorry dealing with my dog right now. Did you eat your food? I'm sorry. Belle, go eat your food. Wait, I gotta go heat it up for Belle. I gotta heat it up. That's why they're not gonna eat it. Shit. Fuck. That's why he's not gonna eat it. Wait. Yeah, still the news is still there. I just need to do something about it, okay? Blows up, I don't give a fuck. Alright, let's continue with the news. Sorry. AEW President Tony Khan last night to Twitter event announced the Fight Film will kick off next Wednesday. Dynamite, Richard Reign and Tennessee Fight Film Rampage tape that night on the AEW. Then AEW then shoot Fight for a Fall at a collision next Saturday from Rupert Area NXT Lexington, Kentucky. Hey, why? Based on the horrific fires from Hawaii, this is when Tony Khan changed AEW's play schedule to provide assistance. Next week's Wednesday, Friday, Saturday is AEW Fight for the Fallen. Fight for the Fallen on Dynamite Rampage Collision. The proceeds for AEW is on the 16, Nashville at 19. Will go to Maui Book Food Bank. Khan wrote. Then Khan really posted a follow-up. Thanks to AEW's network partners and Warner Discovery helping him with the schedule change. So thanks to he talks about his great partners, like WBD networks for working last month, changing our marketing assets to move up. Follow next week on Dynamite. Raw support from Apple for those in need. deal with somebody in this. You want to figure it. And then that was a scary and this proved that they can work together. And this, you know what? It's for this problems. You know this? That's don't. Alright, I'm sorry, a little dozed off. They did not go fight for an event areas and they pay-per-view before from Jackson, Florida to benefit gun violence for this year. The COVID special relief which aired a dining special took place at Bojangles Coliseum. And raising money victims of domestic violence, sexual assault. Fight for the Fallen 2022 was a 38 area on Rampage Dynamite. DCU held to benefit Oshina, a non-profit wildlife organization. So yeah, for next week's show, it's pretty much Tony Khan doing the Fight for the Fallen. So yeah, this was wrestling news and big announcement. I'll see y'all next Sunday for AgostoAllElite Podcast. Bye.